Hi students, how are you all? Hope you are all fine and safe. I believe that you are all completed one lesson in chemistry, isn't it? Now today we are going to start a new lesson in physics. Before that, you should know what is physics. Okay, physics is a branch of science concerned with the nature and properties of matter and energy. தமிழில் ஃபிசிக்ஸை இயற்பியல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இயற்பியல் அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னா இயற்கையாய் அமைந்த பொருட்களின் தன்மை பற்றியும் அவற்றின் ஆற்றலை பற்றியும் தெரிந்து கொள்வது. அதாவது இயற்கையாக நம்ம பூமியில் இருக்கிற விஷயங்களை பற்றி படிக்கிறது, அதோட ஆற்றலையும் அதோட எனர்ஜியை பற்றியும் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறத நம்ம ஃபிசிக்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஓகே, ஸோ டுடே we are going to start a lesson from physics. The name of the lesson is measurement. First of all, we should know what is measurement. Measurement is the action of measuring something. So what is measurement? Measurement is the action of measuring something. How we are measuring the things? It is the comparison of an unknown quantity with a known quantity or unit of same nature. So how we are measuring a thing? We are always comparing the unknown quantity with the known standard quantity. Standard quantity means which cannot be changed. Okay, for example, if you want to measure the length and breadth of your book, means what you will do? You will use scale to measure the size, isn't it? Before you measure, you don't know the size of the book. When you are using scale to find the length and breadth, you can get the accurate measurement, isn't it? Here we know already the scale is the standard quantity, isn't it? We already marked the numbers and all on the scale, no? So the scale is the known quantity and the measurement of the book is unknown quantity. You compared that known quantity scale with the unknown quantity book. Then you can find the length and breadth of the book, isn't it? Likewise, if you want to measure your height, you can use measuring tape or the meter scale, isn't it? If you are doing like this, you can get an accurate dimension of an object. Okay, then if you want to buy some vegetable, for example, if you want to buy carrot, means what you will do? If you ask the shopkeeper, what the shopkeeper will do? He will use an balance, isn't it? For measuring the vegetable, he will use a balance. In one plate of the balance, he will place a 1 kg of stone, isn't it? And in that another plate, he will keep the carrots. When both the plates are comes equal, he will give the carrot to you, isn't it? So that 1 kg of stone is known as the standard quantity which cannot change, and the number of carrot is the amount equal to that 1 kg of stone, isn't it? And also this mug is used to measure the milk, isn't it? If you want to buy 1 liter of milk, what the seller will do? He will use that mug to measure the milk, isn't it? So this mug and balance are used to measure or compare the unknown quantity with the known quantity. Using this, we can get the accurate capacity or quantity of an object. Next, we are going to see about physical quantity. Physical quantity. What is physical quantity? All the quantities that we measure are called as physical quantities. So all the quantities that we are measure, என்னென்ன குவான்டிட்டிஸ்லாம் நம்ம டே டு டே லைஃப்பில் நம்ம மெஷர் பண்ணுறோமோ எல்லாமே ஃபிசிக்கல் குவான்டிட்டிஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் லென்த் மீன்ஸ் இட் மே பி ஹைட் ஆர் அ டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆல்சோ we can say. You can measure the distance between our school from your house. You can say it will be come under 1 kilometer, like that and all we are saying. My school is around 1 kilometer from my home, like that we are saying. So that is distance, also comes under length. And mass, Mass means weight. When we are buying groceries or vegetables from the shop, we are measuring the mass of the things. And time, we all know no time. For one period we are having 40 minutes. Like that we are measuring no the time. And temperature, if you got fever means what we will do? We will measure the temperature of our body, isn't it? These things are known as physical quantities. What and all we measure is called the physical quantity. A quantity which possesses a numerical magnitude and a unit in which it is measured is called a physical quantity. Whenever you are measuring a physical quantity, you will get one numerical magnitude and a யூனிட். எப்போல்லாம் நீங்கள் வந்து ஃபிசிக்கல் குவான்டிட்டியை வந்து மெஷர் பண்ணுறீங்களோ அப்போல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு நியூமரிக்கல் மேக்னிடியூட், அதாவது ஒரு நம்பர் வேல்யூ கிடைக்கும், அதோடு சேர்த்து ஒரு யூனிட்டும் கிடைக்கும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இஃப் யூ ஆர் மெஷரிங் யுவர் ஹைட் means if it is 165 centimeter means in that 165 is the magnitude and centimeter is the unit. Clear children? So physical quantities means all the quantities that we measure are called as physical quantities. For example, length, mass, time and temperature. So whenever we are measuring physical quantity, we will get one numerical magnitude and a unit in which it is measured. Clear children? Next we are going to see about the classification of physical quantity. Classification of physical quantity. Physical quantity has been classified into fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Fundamental quantities and derived quantities. ஃபண்டமெண்டல் குவான்டிட்டிஸ் அப்படின்னா தமிழில் அடிப்படை அளவீடுகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. என்னது? அடிப்படை அளவீடுகள். இட் இஸ் த பேசிக் ஃபார் எவ்ரி திங். ஓகே, இட் இஸ் த பேசிக் ஃபார் எவ்ரி திங். ஸோ த ஃபிசிக்கல் குவான்டிட்டிஸ் which cannot be expressed in terms of any other quantities are known as fundamental quantities. So we cannot measure these fundamental quantities using any other quantities. It is fundamental for everything. Okay, their corresponding units are called fundamental units. There are 7 fundamental quantities. So totally there are 7 fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities na அடிப்படை அளவீடுகள்னு சொல்கிறோம். இதை வந்து வேறு எந்த குவான்டிட்டிஸாலையும் நம்மளால் எக்ஸ்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ இதில் வந்து பேசிக்காக வந்து 7 ஃபண்டமெண்டல் குவான்டிட்டிஸ் வந்து இருக்குது. அது என்ன அப்படிங்கிறத அப்கமிங் ஸ்லைட்ஸில் பார்க்கலாம். And then derived quantities. What is derived quantities? The physical quantities which can be obtained by multiplying, dividing or by mathematically combining the fundamental quantities are known as derived quantities. So derived quantities அப்படின்னா வழி அளவுகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. வழி அளவுகள் அப்படின்னா these derived quantities are derived from the fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantitiesல இருந்து வந்த அளவுகளை வந்து நம்ம derived quantities அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Fundamental quantitiesஸை வந்து 2 குவான்டிட்டிஸை மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுறதாலையோ டிவைட் பண்ணுறதாலையோ இல்லை வேறு எந்த மேத்தமெட்டிக்கல் காம்பினேஷன்ஸ்னாலையோ நம்ம derived quantities கொண்டு வர முடியும். Their corresponding units are called derived units. For example, if you are saying speed, what is the formula for speed? Means distance by time. The unit of distance is meter and the unit of time is second. So unit of speed is meter per second. This is called the derived quantities. Okay. In our previous slide itself, we saw that the fundamental quantities are in the number of 7, isn't it? There are totally 7 fundamental quantities. Now we are going to see what and all the 7 fundamental quantities. The first one is length. Length can be a distance between the 2 points or the size of the cloth. Okay, the unit, fundamental unit for length is meter. We all know length can be measured in millimeter, centimeter or meter or kilometer. There are so many units are there, but still the fundamental unit, SI unit for length is meter. Likewise, mass. What is mass? It also known as weight. Weight of the thing is known as mass. When you are buying groceries at the shop, we are measuring it, isn't it? That is called the weight, also known as a mass. The fundamental unit for mass is kilogram. We are also having grams, milligrams, etc., isn't it? But the fundamental unit is kilogram for mass. It can be denoted as small k and small g. And time. Next one is time. We all know that there are minutes are there, milliseconds are there, and hours are there, but still the fundamental unit is second for time, and also it can be denoted by small s. Okay. Next one is temperature. The fundamental unit for temperature is Kelvin, and it is denoted by capital K. And next one is electric current. Electric current, the unit is ampere, and it is denoted by capital A. And next one is amount of substance. Amount of substance, it is the fundamental unit for amount of substance is mole, and it is denoted by capital M O L. That is the unit for amount of substance. And luminous intensity. The unit for luminance intensity is candela, and it can be denoted by CD. Next we are going to learn about derived quantities. I already told you that derived quantities are derived from the fundamental quantities, isn't it? So these derived quantities are derived from the fundamental quantities. Physical quantities which can be obtained by multiplying, dividing, or by mathematically combining the fundamental quantities are known as derived quantities. Their corresponding units are called derived units. So fundamental units எடுத்து நம்ம ஒன்னோட ஒன்று மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுறதாலையோ இல்லை டிவைட் பண்ணுறதாலையோ அல்லது வேறு எந்த மேத்தமெட்டிக்கல் காம்பினேஷன்னாலேயோ நம்ம கொண்டு வரதான் derived quantities அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஓகேவா? ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஏரியா. The area is a measure of how much space there is on a flat surface. ஏரியான்னு எது சொல்லுவோம்? ஒரு ஃப்ளாட் சர்ஃபேஸு சொல்லுவோம். எந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து அந்த பவுண்ட்ரிஸ், ஒரு பவுண்ட்ரிக்குள்ளார ஒரு சர்ஃபேஸ் இருக்கோ அதை தான் நம்ம ஏரியா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஹவு மச் ஸ்பேஸ் தேர் இஸ் அண்ட் ஃப்ளாட் சர்ஃபேஸ், அதான் நம்ம ஏரியா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். த ஏரியா இஸ் டிரைவ்டு பை மல்டிப்ளையிங் த length and breadth. So if you want to find the area of some surface means the formula is length into breadth. The formula is length into breadth. The unit of area is meter into meter because length and breadth both are comes under length. Okay. So meter into meter, meter square or square meter. Okay, so what is the formula for finding the area of the flat surface? It's a length and breadth. Like that we are going to see few examples for derived quantities. Okay, first one is area. Area is equal to length into breadth. So meter into meter, square meter or meter square. Next one is volume. Volume na என்னது? கன அளவுன்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அதுதான். How we can measure that? The formula is length into breadth into height. Length into breadth into height. All the three dimensions are comes under length only. So meter into meter into meter, cubic meter or meter cube is the unit for volume. And then speed. Speed na என்னது? வேகம்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா, வேகமாக எந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் when you are going by bus, you can say that why the bus is going this much slow, why don't they increase the speed of the bus? We are saying no. So if they increase the speed of the bus, we can reach the destination easily, isn't it? If we can reach the destination quickly, so we don't want to go very slow, isn't it? So the speed is the distance by time. So how much distance you are going to cover divided by the time. How much time it is taken. From that we can measure the speed of the vehicle. Okay, so distance, the unit of distance is meter and time is second. So the unit for speed is meter per second. And then electric charge. How we are calculating electric charge means when we are multiplying electric current with the time, we can calculate the electric charge. So what is the unit for electric current? A, ampere, isn't it? When we multiply with the time, that is second, we will get the AS or Coulomb. Coulomb is the name of the scientist. Okay. And next one is density. Density is equal to mass per volume. So what is the unit for mass? Kg, and for volume it is m cube, that is meter cube, isn't it? So the unit for density is kilogram per meter cube. Okay. Now we are going to see about one derived quantities elaborately, that is about area. For area we are having two classification, that is area of regular objects and area of irregular object. That means the area of the proper shape. Okay, and the area of irregular object means improper shape. Okay, now in this video we are going to see about only area of regular objects, and area of irregular object we are going to learn in the upcoming videos. Okay, first one is area of regularly shaped figures. Regularly shaped figures. The area of regularly shaped figures can be calculating using the relevant formula. Now we are going to see the formulas which and all we are using to calculate the regularly shaped figures. ஒரு ஒழுங்கான வடிவமைப்புடைய ஒரு பொருளோட ஏரியா, அதாவது பரப்பளவு எப்படி நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம இப்போ பார்க்க போகிறோம். சரியா? So first we are going to see about square. Okay, you know about the properties of square, isn't it? What is the property of the square? If all the sides are equal means we can say it as a square. If all the sides are equal means we can say it as square. So if one side of the square is A means all the sides are A only, isn't it? For example, if the one side of the square is 4 centimeter means all the 4 sides are 4 centimeter only, because square means all the sides are equal, isn't it? So what is the formula for finding the area of square? Side into side. I told you for square all the sides are equal. So if you take it as A for one side means the area will be A into A, that is A square. So the formula for finding the area of square is A into A square. Square units. And then rectangle. What is the property of rectangle? If the opposite sides are equal, then we can say it as a rectangle, isn't it? If the opposite sides are equal, then we can say it as a rectangle. We can take the side which is longer than another, we can take it as L, that is length, and the shorter one we can take it as B, that is breadth. So the formula for finding the area of rectangle is length into breadth. So L into B square units is the formula for finding the area of rectangle. And then circle. We all know about circle, isn't it? Vattam அப்படினு சொல்லுவோம். So what is the formula for finding the area of the circle means it is pi r square. What is the formula? Pi r square. Very good. And what is the value for pi? It is 22/7. It is a standard measurement. It will not change. So pi is equal to 22/7. And next one is triangle. What is the formula for finding the area of triangle? Half into base into height. That is half into bh. These are the formulas we are using to find the area of regularly shaped. So what and all the regular shapes we learned now? Square, rectangle, circle and triangle. Clear children? Now we are going to see some problems based on the regularly shaped figures. Okay, the first problem is, what is the area of 10 squares each of side 1 meter? So what is the area of 10 squares each of side 1 meter? So ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க, அதோட ஒரு சைடு வந்து 1 மீட்டர். ஓகே, அதே மாதிரி 10 ஸ்கொயர்ஸ் இருக்குது. அந்த 10 ஸ்கொயர்ஸோட ஏரியா எவ்வளோ அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ ஹவு கேன் வி கால்குலேட்? வி ஷுட் ஃபைண்ட் 1 ஸ்கொயர்ஸ் ஏரியா ஃபஸ்ட். ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்கொயரோட ஏரியாவை ஃபஸ்ட்டு கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை 10ஆல் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டா 10 ஸ்கொயர்ஸோட ஏரியா கிடச்சிரும் இல்லையா? ஸோ for finding area of 1 square, the formula is side into side. So 1 meter into 1 meter. Then the answer is 1 meter square or 1 square meter, isn't it? So what is the question? We have to find the area of 10 squares. So area of 10 squares is equal to 1 square meter into 10. So 10 square meter. So what is the area of 10 squares? 10 square meter. Clear children? Very good. The second problem is, find the area of the following regular shaped figures. So they are given different shapes and you have to find the area for that shapes. Okay, the first question is a rectangle whose length is 12 meter and the breadth is 4 meter. So look at the picture. What is the formula for finding the area of rectangle? Length into breadth, isn't it? What is the value of length here? 12. What is the value of breadth? That is B. It is 4 meter, isn't it? So 12 into 4, it is 48 meter square. So the area of rectangle is 48 meter square. And then second question is, a circle whose radius is 7 meter. A circle whose radius is 7 meter. What is the formula for finding the area of circle? Pi r square. Pi r square. We already know the value of pi, isn't it? What is the value of pi? It is 22 by 7. What is the value of r they are given? 7. So 22 by 7 into 7 into 7, isn't it? So 7 and 7 get cancelled. So 22 into 7, the answer is 154 meter square. Clear children? And then third question, a triangle whose base is 6 meter and height is 8 meter. So what is the formula for finding the area of triangle? Half into base into height. The value of base is 6 and the value of height is 8. So half into 6 into 8. When we cancel, we can get the answer of 24 meter square. Clear children? So today what and all we read? What is measurement and how we are measuring different things, isn't it? And then what are physical quantities and its classification. So how the physical quantities are classified? Fundamental quantities and derived quantities. How many fundamental quantities are there? Totally 7 fundamental quantities are there, isn't it? So derived quantities are the quantities which are derived from the fundamental quantities, isn't it? So these things we learned today, isn't it? And we also learnt about one example for derived quantity, isn't it? So next your homework, I gave only 5 questions for you to write, and the questions are, answer the following only. The first question is, what is measurement? You have to write what is measurement. And second question is, how many fundamental units are there? Name them. And the third question is, what are derived quantities? Name some of the derived quantities. And the fourth question is, give some example for regularly shaped figures. And the fifth question is, write the formulas for finding the area of square, rectangle, circle and triangle. So you have to find the answers for these questions. Everything was there in that slide itself. Okay, so you have to find the answers for this question and then you have to write the home test and that you have to send to me. Clear children? Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.